If I were called into as a counselor in any organization, I would spend some serious time in Section 81 of the Doctrine and Covenants, pulling out principles, trying to understand, how do I fulfill this role? Well, there's some more incredible advice here. And for this, we're going to look at a few more verses in Section 81. Let me preface this one by asking you about leaders you've served under. Have you ever had a leader that seems to be looking down on their followers? Or have you ever had a leader who seems to be looking up at those that he or she is trying to lift? Think about that. We sometimes use the phrase servant leadership. And that's an interesting one, because isn't that an oxymoron? If I'm the leader, I'm not the servant. The Lord would say, oh yeah, yes you are. Jesus, who washed the apostles' feet. Jesus, who always led from below so he could lift people higher. And in our leadership roles, the Lord is asking us to be that way ourselves. Can we lead in love? And do we realize that to lead is to lift? To preside is to perceive the needs of those that we are called to minister to. Are we that kind of leader? We need to be. Yes, you are following the leader, but you are a leader yourself. And what should we be doing? Well, let's start with prayer, shall we? You're going to need all the help you can get. In your counsel to the president, are you receiving the counsel of that wonderful counselor himself through the Spirit? Prayer always. Also, vocally as well as in thy heart. Public as well as in private. That's interesting. On the one hand, doing things publicly shows leadership, but doing things privately shows sincerity. If I'm only doing it publicly and not privately, is there a level of hypocrisy there of do what I say, but not what I do, since I'm not doing anything? And and flip it around. If it's only privately, yes, the sincerity is there. Nobody's watching, but is the leadership there? There's some contraries to prove there too. I'm not doing this to be seen of man. I'm not praying and fasting and giving alms on the street corner, trying to get all eyes on me. But I am letting my light so shine before men, that they may see my good works, not to glorify me, but to glorify my Father which is in heaven. You understand the need for, if you're the type that loves to do things publicly, make sure you have the private behavior to back it up. And for those of you that would prefer the private discipleship, where no one is there to see, perhaps you need to heed the Spirit's nudge to be a little more visible or vocal